Welcome to INNOV8 Talks, a series of short-form video interviews with advertising industry professionals. I'm here with Daniel de Winter-Brown, Senior Demand Manager, UK and Ireland, for Index Exchange. With over 8 years' experience in the ad tech field, Dan is going to talk about his takeaways from the world of programmatic advertising. How are you today, Daniel?
Very well, thank you very much. Yeah, as I say, it's quite dreary outside, but everything is good.
That's great. Let's start then. Daniel, in your opinion, what trends are driving the growth of programmatic advertising within the streaming TV space, and what implications does this have for advertisers and viewers?
Yes, there are probably a few significant trends driving growth. I think, firstly, for advertisers, there are going to be more opportunities for activation and in a more standardized way. So if you think about how we view content, to date, it's been very fragmented. We go to app, platform to platform. And I think the key driver of everything coming into the fore this year is collaboration between media owners or broadcasters. So we think about Freely in the UK, that's really paving the way for the growth, I think, in the planning and execution of streaming TV. This is really, really important that the collaboration happens. I know there are examples of this happening globally as well in different markets, particularly in the US at the moment. So hopefully we'll see more examples of that in Europe. And then we know that linear TV is equalled by streaming for the first time over the last year or so. That's also really important because we need to label TV as such, in that it is TV. It doesn't matter how we distinguish the methodology of viewing that content. TV is TV, and I think that's the big change we'll see this year. That's important and interesting because agencies can then plan holistically, which drives more growth, and it brings me more reassurance to the platform for advertisers and the brands that are reticent to put their dollars into the channel. Reporting is still going to be key, so that methodology of whether it's traditional or it's streaming is still important, I think, as well, because you need to understand about the audiences that are accessing the content and how they're viewing. But it's down to tech partners and agencies to split that out and maybe meet the media owners themselves where it makes sense to. With the growth, there's still a lot of room to grow on top of that. I mean, CTV, it was reported by Group M, is about 3.5% of total media spend globally versus traditional TV's 13.5%. I think when you amalgamate those two numbers, it's a significant proportion of the pie. That again is important for that reassurance piece. And then lastly, what I would say is for publishers, buyers, and most importantly, the viewers, wider adoption of OpenRTB Spec 2.6, for example, will improve the viewing conditions by ironing out duplication issues that we've seen in ad viewing. We've all had experiences we've gone in and seen the same ad twice, or perhaps the creative hasn't rendered properly and there's issues with that. So it's really important to bridge that gap between streaming quality. It should be akin to what we've seen in traditional. RTB 2.6 spec also brings dynamic ad podding to a unified auction. So it increases efficiency and sustainability, importantly. We shouldn't forget that. So there's some of the trends, I think, this year that we'll see come to the fore and drive real growth.
Amazing, Daniel. It was so interesting exploring the advertising world and to see that the collaboration between media owners and broadcasters is crucial. With streaming growing and traditional TV still dominant, there's a move towards smarter ads to avoid repetition and improve efficiency. So we can say it's about teamwork and making ads count. Thank you so much, Dan, for being with us today. See you all in the next episode of INNOV8 Talks.